Oh, it's gotta go. I'm going to pass you on now to Bobby Burchell, who's going to speak on behalf of the miners.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I'm not a Catholic. I'm not a member, never was a member of this parish. And I'm not affiliated with the Catholic Church in any way. But I am affiliated with the coal miners, and I have been for the last 35 years. Now, I wasn't around when the 41 checkoff started, but I was there when other checkoffs were. And most miners checked off for good causes in this community. Most of you know, the hospitals were built on the backs of the checkoff of the coal miners. And miners, including myself, had checkoffs for each one of their parishes. I checked off, I still have a checkoff for Calvin Church. Still comes off my pay every month. And miners, right up until they left, would check off, whether it be for St.Agnes, Mount Carmel, Calvin, St. Michael's, whatever church they belong to. And I'm sure the Diocese of St.Agnes got some of that money, because there was money sent off to them to help them run their affairs. But a lot of that money was used by the parishes to help the people that belong to their parish. And that's why the miners did it, to help the community and to help the parish. Some parishes bought land in Myra and had Bible camps out there. There's still two or three of them on the go out in Myra that belong to the churches. St. Agnes bought Sangaree Island. Now, the reason they're trying to take Sangaree Island from you now is very simple. This is the second injustice. The first one was that the Catholic Church ran into some financial difficulty. Even though they're the richest corporation in the world, the Vatican has more money invested in more banks in the world than any other corporation. They are filthy, filthy rich. So don't any priest kid you and say that they're broke. They're not. They've got all kinds of money. But there was an injustice done by the priest, and instead of the Catholic Church, the Diocese, and the Vatican taking those priests and getting them help and doing something with them, they sent them to another parish to just continue on with what was happening. And the people that suffered were the victims in those parishes of the priests. Now, don't get me wrong, not all priests were bad. There were a lot of good priests, but the bad ones should have been dealt with. And when finally the people got brave enough to come forward and tell what happened to them and what atrocities were done to them, it came public. The church had no choice. They couldn't cover it up anymore. They couldn't hide it. They had to do something. It's rather ironic who negotiated the deal that's costing us to lose this beautiful, once a beautiful church. St. Michael's, a brand new church. New Victoria, Lingane, they're all gone now. Look at the mess of the buildings that they're leaving behind, trying to sell them. And it's not because of anything you guys did. It's not because everyone quit going to church. It's because they had to pay out $15 million to try to cover up their mistakes in the past. You didn't inflict that injury. The Catholic Church did. The Catholic Church should be responsible for covering that liability, not the parishioners. You've sent your money to St.Agnes and to the Vatican. And you were smart enough to keep a little bit of it here to help your community by buying places like Sangaree Island. And it would be an injustice for anybody in this community, whether you're Catholic, Protestant, Jewish, or atheist, to sit idly by and allow the Catholic Church to get away with this. Shame on them. I encourage every one of you to stand your ground at Sangaree. I've been on a lot of strikes in my day, and no one ever got across my picket lines. And I'm sure if you stand your ground out there, they won't get across yours. Stick together, because you're only as strong as a group. One person's not going to do it, or two people. It's got to be the whole community. It was the community and the parish that got that island. And it's going to be the parish and the community that's going to save it. So support this campaign, support the people that are running it, and anything I can do to help you, call on me and I'll certainly be there. I'd now ask Louise McNeil.